There's no other way to say it, guys. This is crazy. We're gonna step from outside into the Quonset hut. That is what you call bright light. Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and today we're gonna put some high bay LED lights out here in the Quonset hut so that I can saw lumber or work on anything else at night if I need to. And we don't have any wiring out here, so we'll be installing the plug-ins, hanging these from the ceiling, try to do the whole project today if possible. These lights are from Hykolity. I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce it, but they're an LED high bay light, and I'll put links in the description where you can get the same ones. I went with these because I felt they were the best value out of any of the ones I looked at. This light I think was $50, but you can get a 2-pack for $80. So if you look at $40 a light, it's not too bad considering they're 5,000 lumens. Now honestly, for what I'm doing, I probably could have put 4 lights in this whole building, maybe 6, but I talked to someone from the company. They did a lighting analysis on the building and they said I needed 10 of them. So I've got 10 of these lights to put up today. Now, let me show you our plan for how we're gonna do that. We are using this metal clad wire, 12-2. We're running that to these junction boxes. Then we have clamp connectors for the knockouts. And the lights themselves are gonna hang from these homemade brackets. Hopefully it all works out. Feel free to let me know in the comments everything we do wrong. But it'll already be done, so probably stay. Oh yeah, I've missed being on these ladders.
Well, you're in luck.
Each one of these panels is 2 feet. Building 60 feet, 2 rows of 5 lights, 10 feet between each set of lights. So every 5th rib, we're going to put our lights right up there. The only thing, we're mounting these on where the seams of the panels are, and the seams for strength of the building are offset. So we can't go exactly every 5 panels. It'll go 5 panels and then 6 and then 4, because our seams where we're bolting this will only match up on even numbered panels. Just because it's harder to film up in the air, so these brackets will slide over the bolt. We drill the extra hole in the middle here, and that will slide over the bolt. We'll have this with the plug-in in it, and right next to it will be this that hangs the light. And luckily the Quonset hut builder sent us like a 5-gallon bucket of extra bolts and nuts, so we won't run out. So Rex is moving right along, mounting everything on the ceiling. I'm unboxing the lights, and it's got a little protective paper on there. These come with a regular plug-in, and they've got this other wiring, which I believe this is only for if you want to hook them up to a dimmer, and we are not. And then they've got this little strap right here as like a extra precaution if the light was to come off somehow. Then it's got the hook that we're hanging it from that screws in here, and then this screw here will tighten it down on wherever you're hanging it. The only thing we had forgot is we need somewhere to hook this little cable, so I'm drilling an extra hole in our mounting brackets. I think I smoked the chuck on this drill trying to run that power saw head off of it. The plan was to do this all off of a scaffolding, but it's not that much work at each spot, and the scaffolding's heavy. This isn't a concrete floor, so it doesn't roll very easily. I think we're just gonna do it off these ladders, at least for now. But my plan was to have the building cleaned out before we started. I didn't do that, so I'm gonna at least get these attachments moved out of here so we can access that side a little better. That's what I'll be doing while my friend Rex does all the work. So for this video, I've brought in world-class electrical expert Rex.
How you doing?
And you were just installing all the knockouts from the ground.
Putting the knockouts in here for the clad wire.
That should make it a little easier. You know, I've heard that how you do one thing is how you do everything. And Milwaukee makes some pretty good markers.
That's not gonna go anywhere.
Heck yeah, this guy gets it. I say this in my videos all the time, but occasionally I forget that you might have found this video and you've never seen my channel before. So, disclaimer, this is not advice on how to run electrical inside of a Quonset hut. It may not meet code. These might be the wrong boxes. It's what I'm doing, and there's not permanent power ran out here to this open air shed. So I don't have a code I have to meet for this. But just to be clear, this video is designed to be what not to do. Don't repeat anything you see. All right, Rex has been doing all the wiring. I may have to take it over here in a little bit. So, see what he's doing. Using like a lineman's plier to cut that off?
Yep. Those were my dad's. He wasn't a lineman, but I don't know where he stole them from.
So then this part is kind of a hassle. You have to deconstruct that metal wire.
Yeah, kind of get it started there, and then I can start unraveling it. I'm sure there's probably actual electricians that know how to do this a lot easier than me, but
yeah, somebody always tells me after I've done it the hard way.
yeah. I am no electrician. Just kind of trying to knock that burr down a little bit. That one actually peeled off easy. Plastic that time.
So other than that, and the fact you're stripping your ground wire, everything else is just like any other plug-in.
Yep. The only thing we're doing here differently is on my plug, I've got a additional ground wire. That way, because there's not enough room in here to get all three of these, the ground for this, and then the ground coming in and ground going out together. So I'm just going to wire up 3 grounds together. It's going to be grounded through the switch, or through the outlet, to the box, to the building. So, yeah.
We're going to be powering these lights initially off of this Geniverse Home Power Pro 2 2200 watt power station. And I believe I saw on their website that this has some level of water resistance, but I'd like to keep it as dry as possible. So we've come to the dead center of the building, putting it against the wall here. So I'm going to remove a bolt right here and put the power cords from my solar panel through the wall, get them hooked into this with the drip loop, and hopefully that will keep this thing charged enough that anytime I need to run the lights, I can just flip them on. Now we're running this in 3 circuits with 10 plugins, with the thought process being if 6 months from now or 10 years from now I trench in a permanent power source for this building and the next one I'm getting ready to build, if I ever run power out here, we'll already have those plugins run around the building, and all we have to do is, cut those off and route them into a breaker box. So go ahead and open up these solar panels, see how big the ends are on these cables. So we've got to get two cables this size through the wall. It's a little bit bigger than those bolt holes, I think. And since those hold the building together, I think I'm just going to drill 2 holes right above where this is going to go. So I've leaned these up against the building at a pretty steep angle. And my only concern is what stops these from getting blown away when we get really high winds. I think on a normal day, they're heavy enough and they're leaned back far enough they might stay. But I don't know if there's something I can do to kind of anchor those in place or not. I'll have to give that some more thought. But it's pretty easy to just set these out here and poke those wires through there and we'll get it charging. I don't know if you'll be able to see the readout on this, but it's showing we're charging at 226 watts. So rated for a maximum of 40 watts, but that's got to be sun hitting it at just the right angle. But at 260, we'll keep this charged. I'm thinking I need to make some kind of a little wooden frame or something for those panels to sit in if I want to keep them out there all the time. That'll be a project for a different day. So in between light fixtures, we're using these little brackets to hold the wire up just by adding a bolt on here. So those are not going to hold it real tight, but you can still slide, but it will keep it, I guess, from falling all the way down on the arch. Okay, so I had my little clips that I was just putting up here. They don't really work the way I want them to because they work only on these flat spots, but with the amount of wire we left, we needed to pull this up in between here. And actually all of our wiring that runs up to here, we don't want it on the flat, we want it in between. And those little brackets don't really fit in here. So we took baling wire and we bent it, and we're just hanging that right there. Okay, so Rex has done the wiring. We got the first 4 lights up, ready to turn on. And we're gonna rock, paper, scissors for who sticks that in there. Or one of us can touch the building.
Stick your tongue on there.
Let's give her a heck.
Ready?
Ta-da!
We got lights.
See what we're drawing. 609 watts. These are rated for 150 watts each. And I thought that was a measure of how much light they put out. You know, some of the bulbs still have the, we'll say the 100-watt bulb equivalent. Nope, these actually draw 150 watts. And you don't want to look directly at them because you might go blind. Those suckers really are bright. If you look at them, your eyes will flash.
Definitely.
It's almost too bright, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't look at the lights. Now, I had a couple people ask me why we were putting 10 lights onto 3 circuits. And the answer is this is drawing 600 watts. With a 600 watt draw, it'll run this battery down in 4 hours. So if we were running all 10 of them, you're only going to get an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes maybe. Doing that math in my head, but I don't think we want to be running all of them off of this. All right, last time you saw me, it was about 3 p.m. It is now 11:30 p.m. And I've been at my son's baseball game all night. I want to finish this tonight. I really do. So let's see if we can get some lights turned on out here and finish this wiring. That's only 4 lights and it's like blindingly bright in here. Oh, it's actually getting a little bit chilly out here. I think it said it's 58. It's supposed to be in the 80s this weekend, but right now, tonight, it's 58. Okay, it is now 12:30. And I have 3 more lights wired. Let's plug them in and see what we get. Ooh, doggy. 7 lights. 7 lights down, 3 to go. See you in a minute. All right. Here we go for the last set of lights. Moment of truth. Ba-da! I have never been in a spot in my entire life this well lit. The surface of the sun called, and they said it's too bright over here. Crazy. Unbelievable. I think this will be the only Quonset hut that can be seen from space. And if I need to do any work, it'll stay lit too. Let me see how much power we're drawing and how long the Geniverse will run all of these. Okay, so it is 1:48 a.m. And so I've been out here 2.5 hours running these lights, the ones that were done. Geniverse is down to 44%. And it looks like it could run all of these lights another 45 minutes. They're drawing 1,500 watts. So pretty intense. That's why it's set up on 3 circuits, so that I can run just the front 4 if I need them, or run just one side, or whatever I need. 10 is crazy. Honestly, 4 lights probably would have done this whole building. And there's a chance that I leave 4 lights or 5 lights up in here, take the other 5 to the new sawmill building. But we'll just wait and see how it goes. The last thing is, all of this wire is loose and kind of hanging down and needs to be tightened up and cleaned up. But it's 2 a.m. and I'm still going to edit this video tonight. So I think I'll come back and finish this wiring tomorrow. But I appreciate you guys taking time to watch the video. Put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos. And I'll see you next time.